Man, is that fan that loud? Jeez, hold on. Man, is that fan that loud? Jeez. That is a loud fan. Alright, well, I'll deal with it. That is a
今は昔の物語。我が道極めんとする男あり。血生臭い貴様に矜持まとうは偶然ではなかった。
Respect. Good defense from Somersault. Somersault's got to find a way to start to get in. There we go. Nice GI.
I know, G. Oh, why? Oh, no, come on. Oh, God. Yeah. Help me hit it. What are you guys doing? Oh, God.
You actually came out with a justice. Somersault justice.
Somersault justice! You saved my life!
That's the true justice. The true love we making.
Ah. Ah. Alright, I think that should be okay. And it's pretty much the best I'm gonna be able to do with the fan, so sorry if there's just a you're gonna be hearing. I actually changed my the position of my mic just so I could sit this way. You can't see how I'm sitting, but I can sit a specific way and still be able to talk. So yeah, that's basically. I'm just kind of testing this out today. So how's everyone? I hope all the 0 of you watching are doing great. Hopefully somebody watches this in a VOD. Probably me. Watching this in the future. Yeah, I wasn't really planning to stream because I'm really tired from what we're about to talk about. But I figure it's good for me to kind of do this real quick just for my own sake, so I could have a recording of my thoughts and things like that. So, yeah. And I realize as I get older, it's probably good that when I have experiences that I record it somewhere. So, yeah. I mean, I think this is cool. So, here I am. But first, let's get a few, I guess, announcements out of the way. So first things first, unfortunately it looks like all my highlights got deleted off of Twitch. Finally they went through and they purged out all the highlights that were like 0 views. So, you know, in a way it's like they had 0 views, nobody cared about them. But in another way, I cared about them. So some of those I'm a little bit sad to lose. So it kept basically my top viewed videos, which is fine, cool. But yeah, like most of the videos I've recorded over since like what 2017 or something have been deleted. So that's unfortunate. I was able to archive some of those on the YouTube channel that I made. But yeah, the majority are kind of gone. Like Shadowbringer's playthrough is gone. Trials of Mana playthrough is gone. Live Alive is gone, which is really sad. I'm really sad the Live Alive playthrough didn't make it. Some other good ones are there. The New Year Emerald Beyond stream is still there. My Yoshi's Island stream is still there. But you know, like the worst playthrough I did, the FF4 playthrough, the original FF4 playthrough I did like early in the channel. on the stream is there, like it's all there and it's even duplicated, so it's like, why did that one have to survive but all the other ones died? You know, it sucks, but nothing I can do about it now. It's on me, really, because I didn't try to, like, they gave me like a month's warning in advance and I didn't do anything about it, and now it's too late. So really there's nobody to blame but me. Bandwidth isn't unlimited, unfortunately, so I understand. But yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. Unfortunately, like, you know, I guess this also ties into the idea of I should be recording this stuff because I don't know when that stuff's gonna get lost. I mean, hey, you never know what's gonna happen on YouTube either, so we'll see. So, on that note, so let's move on to the next topic. So, yes, as the title states, I hope, let me check. Yeah. So as the title states, I went to my first con. I've never been to a con before. I've always wanted to go to a con. And I'm really happy that, well, I mean, actually, no, that's not true. I've been to a con. I've been to E3, which is actually a big deal. Now that I think about it, I'm like, wait, why did I just blank that from my head that I went to E3? Oh, man. Well, okay, so I went to E3. Okay, so this is, I guess, technically the second con, but, like, I went to E3 when I was, like, in college. So, like, this was the E3 the Wii was announced, and they had it playable there. So, whatever year that was, that's the last time I've ever been to a con. That was, what, 2005? 2006? You know? So, I mean, it's been a bit. And also, like, that one was kind of weird. Like, it wasn't really a con. Like, it's not run by fans. It's run by corporations. Which, well, I mean, this one's also run by corporations, but you get what I mean. You're not gonna see saucy Princess Peach artwork at E3. So, but yeah. So I went to Anime Expo in Los Angeles, and I actually didn't plan to go. Like, these things kind of always come and go, but I don't go, and there's a couple reasons why. The biggest reason for most of my life was financial, because going to a con is really expensive. Like, I think this year for Anime Expo, if you just wanted to get in the door, I think is $100. And that's if you're able to get a 1-day pass. If you want to take the 4-day pass, and Anime Expo is 4 days, right? Now they do have a 4-day pass, but that's $200. So, you know, basically if you don't go 3 days, you kind of waste, you kind of like don't gain anything from it. So that was one thing. That was a thing. The other reason is because I just hate going out. like for real, like I'm a very shy person, and I'm very quiet, and I'm very much a homebody, so I don't really like going outside, and especially not into giant groups. So, you know, the thought of going to a con, even though I really want to go and experience it, it's still like, oh my god, there's people everywhere. Oh god. We're all bumping into each other. Oh no. Oh why? Oh, am I gonna get COVID? Oh god. You know? Not, or like, you know, before it wasn't COVID, it was just getting sick. Excuse me. But, you know, and I freak out. And also, like, I hate driving the freeway. I actually live fairly close to LA. I mean, probably closer than a lot of you do. But, like, I really don't like driving freeways. I'm getting better at it. Like, I still don't like it. Like, before I used to be actually scared and have a phobia of it, but now it's just annoying. You know? And also, driving in LA is, like, really awful. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard any of the stories about California traffic or California freeways. They're all true. All of them are true. It's terrible. It's a terrible experience. Especially, like, because the way I have to do a lot of transitions as well through really crappy parts of the freeway, so, like, yeah, I'm not a fan. But two things kind of, like, fell into place this year that kind of made it happen. The first thing is that I actually have a fairly decent job now. You know, I'm in no way rich, let's be clear. But I am definitely better off than I was, say, 5 years ago, when I actually had the time to go to these things. So, you know, that's one thing. So it's not, the money wasn't really a problem, and we'll get into that for this situation. But the other thing is, the other thing is, you know, I still didn't want to drive, but what's happened with my job is actually in LA. So what happens is I am now pretty familiar with our train system, so I'm able to take our train from basically not my house specifically, but like basically go from my house, go straight to LA, and then take another connecting train and go straight to the convention center. So, you know, that's pretty cool. Like, and you know, I don't have to drive, I don't have to deal, the only thing I have to do is I have to drive to the station, which is like 5 miles away, and we'll get into that, because that was actually harder than I was anticipating. But yeah, like, that kind of took the sting out of that. And also, like, you know, there's another situation of, like, you know, you need friends to go with you, you need, like, it's like, what you call it, like, if I had gone with somebody, we could all go together, and I could carpool or something like that. And luckily, what actually kind of spurred this, and I kind of forgot to talk about it a few minutes ago, is one of my friends actually, like, talked to me, and he's like, hey, I'm going to Anime Expo this year, you want to go with me? And I'm like, I don't know if I want to pay for it. But I was thinking, like, you know, maybe I should pay for it. And then what happened was his brother actually bought 2 passes, but he wasn't able to go, like, most of the days. So what he did was he basically let me, well, should I be talking about this? I don't know. It's I know this is an open secret or whatever, but basically, like, what you call it? He found a way for me to go in. Like, I mean, actually, you know, I don't think it's actually all that bad. Like, basically, he bought us the passes. Like, he was planning to go, he couldn't go, so he didn't go. You know, and so he just gave the pass to me, because otherwise it was just gonna be wasted money. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right? I don't know what the deal is. Look. Times are tough, okay. But yeah, basically, like, an opportunity presented itself to go, so I'm like, you know what, let's just do it. Like, you know, I didn't plan anything. Really, the way that it kind of started was kind of silly and completely unplanned, and it just sort of fell into place to go in the next few days. So, I ended up going. What happened was it started on a Thursday, July 3rd, before the Independence Day holiday. And I actually just went after work. Like, my friend came, picked me up. You know, we drove to the convention center, and we actually went for, like, some of the first day. So, I actually want to start talking about that. So let's switch over here. So, alright, and then let me start the song. Okay, because I want to be able to hear it too, so I'm playing it through my desktop. So hopefully nobody messages me, or you're gonna hear it and it's gonna be stupid. But, we'll see. I'm just kind of messing with the volume here. Give me a second, because I'm playing this through Winamp. I'm not playing this through, OBS. That should be okay. Let me hear it. Let me see. I didn't test anything. Nothing was planned. That should be okay. Let me hear it. See. I didn't test anything. Nothing was planned. That should be okay. I hate hearing the double. The double thing is always annoying. But alright, I think that should be good. So let's make it a little louder, and then that should be okay. Alright, so let's start with day one. So I took some pictures. I didn't take a lot. I'm like, part of the reason is because I'm not the kind of person that takes a lot of pictures. What kind of Chinese person am I? I don't know. but well, that's a Japanese thing. That's not even a Chinese thing. See, look, I'm not even good at being racist against my own country. I'm joking. These are all jokes. I'm making jokes. I love you all. But yes. I don't take a lot of pictures, and part of it's because, like, for a long time I didn't have a camera. It wasn't until I had a phone that I actually had a camera, and I think that's actually true for a lot of people. But the other reason is because I'm just, like, my family just doesn't take a lot of pictures in general. A lot of, like, our lives are just remembered by us. And I kind of figured that maybe I should actually start recording some of this, which is why I'm kind of jumping on stream and doing this. But yeah, I'm going to show what pictures I got. I also got some swag, so I'll show that off too. I have pictures of it too. But yeah, let's kind of just go through day one. So let's see if I can start this. Okay, so that's us at Anime Expo. This isn't the front gate. This is actually like one of the side ones. As I mentioned, I went after work, so that means it was already late when I went. But the con goes until like 2 in the morning or something, so, you know, there was still stuff in time to do. Excuse me. Just taking a drink. I should have gotten more pictures of the outside, for real. I actually did, but a bunch of the pictures did not come out good. My phone has a problem with focusing, so I kind of just had to, like, deal with it. But yeah, like, we went in. There's a whole bunch of, like, paintings on the wall, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff. And that was neat. We had to tap the badge, which my friend was like, that's like there's a lot more security than there used to be. Apparently the last time he went to Anime Expo was in like 7 years ago. He said it was pre-COVID, and he said it was a lot different back then. Like, a lot more like volunteer and a lot more like, as he put it, unorganized. So this year, like, you know, there was security everywhere, there was weapon checks, there was all kinds of things. So, which, I mean, that's not necessarily bad, right? You know, it kind of keeps bad stuff from happening, I guess. But yeah, that's kind of where we were. We got in. There wasn't a ton of people because it was already late. Like, there was still a lot of people. It wasn't a ton of people because we were still late. We got in there late, and like one of the main halls closed, so I wasn't able to go there. And it was the hall that had like the FF14 stuff and like Good Smile and like all the big displays from like the big companies and stuff. So I wasn't able to go to that. So I went to the other hall. So that hall had a lot of smaller vendors there, and also had a lot of like gaming stuff. There were gaming setups there. There were like, what do you mean? Let me think. There was like people selling stuff. There were some booths there. I think the booths that didn't fit in the other hall were into that hall. Like Arxis was there. Hoyo was there. Hoyo had a big booth there. I'll talk a little bit about that one. But yeah, like we went to that second hall, and that second hall was really neat. Like, I think that's where all the community stuff happens, you know? Like, there's tabletop games going on and things like that. So that was cool. So let me go to the next picture. Oh, so one of the first things I saw was the Macross booth. I haven't watched a lot of Macross. I think the only Macross I actually watched, I'm gonna expose myself here. The only Macross I actually watched all the way was Frontier and Delta. And Delta kind of sucked. I'm gonna be real. Like, not my favorite. But Frontier, though, I love Frontier. Frontier is like one of my favorite shows. And I was really happy to see it there. There was a, what was it? There was like a little poster they set up where everyone got to vote. They could put a little sticker next to who they thought was best girl. And when I was there, Cheryl was best girl. And I put a sticker for Cheryl because Cheryl is best girl. When I came back the next day, I saw that it actually evened out between Shara and Ronka. Lin Min Mei was also really high, but it was basically Cheryl or Ronka. So, and I mean, that's the right decision. Oh, man. Oh, I love Frontier. I love Shipping Wars. Oh, God. Watch Frontier. If you haven't watched Frontier, watch Frontier. It's really good. Like, even watch the two, like, summary movies. Those are good, too. They're different, but they're good. They don't follow the same plot. But, yeah. I wanted to get a shirt really badly for Frontier, but unfortunately they ran out. They told me come back tomorrow. But I went there twice, and they still weren't able to get a shirt for me. So that was sad. If there was one miss, it was that, and I'm sad. But I'm sure I could find that shirt online somewhere, to be honest with you. It was just literally that poster you see in the background for Frontier on a shirt. That's all it was. It was also here when I actually saw a really cool cosplayer of Rydia from FF4. And for those of you that know me or have watched the stream before, Rydia is my favorite Square character. Not just Final Fantasy character, Square character. She's the best, and I love her, and she's awesome, and like I freaked out when I saw her. Like internally, I didn't freak out loud, but like I worked up the courage to be like, hey, I really love FF4 and I really love your Rydia cosplay. It was really good. And she actually let me take a picture of it. Now, the problem is I don't know what the rules are on sharing cosplay photos. I know, like, you know, etiquette is you ask to take the photo, period, right? You don't just take a picture of somebody without asking them. But I don't know what the rules are on sharing the photo, so I'm not gonna show it. Unless that cosplayer happens to show up right now and tell me it's fine. I'm not gonna show it out of respect. But it was a really good costume. Like, I was really shy, and I was really flustered that I saw Rydia. That, like, or any FF4 cosplay at all, let alone Rydia. So, like, I kind of didn't say a lot. I was just like, thank you so much, and so on and so forth. And, like, I was like, it was really cool. You know, she was cool. Her outfit was really cool. I actually wanted to cosplay Rydia. I still want to cosplay Rydia, but the problem is I have to figure out where to get a good dress. because the outfit she had was really good, and I haven't seen an outfit that good. So she must have made it or had it custom made, because there's no way, like, I've never seen a costume that good for Rydia. So I mean, listen, random Rydia cosplayer, you're amazing, and I love you, and you're the best, and you have good taste. You know. So I wanted to really highlight that, and it was cool. I didn't see her at all the rest of the con. I would have asked her more questions, but yeah. I think she was only there on Thursday. So what do we have next here? Okay, so I took a look at the Hoyoverse booth. Hoyo had a big setup, and they had each of their games there. Like Zenless Zone Zero was there, Honkai Star Rail was there, Genshin was there. I don't think there was a Honkai 3rd booth or anything, but I think like they had merch there. So I got a picture of this from my friend Ed, friend to the stream Ed Bacon, who loves Fate Stay Night. So just showing this, you know, they're doing the Fate collab. I think it's in like this week is gonna release the Fate collab. So yeah, that'll be neat. But yeah, I showed that, and also like there's another person in the Discord that likes Saber and things like that, so she was also pretty hype about it. Unfortunately, like I said, my camera was kind of bad, so at focusing it was, and like this is like a really high exposed picture. I couldn't really get a better one. Let me see. Oh, so yeah, there was a Zenless booth, so I got a lot of pictures of like Zenless stuff. A lot of Zenless cosplayers this year. I was very happy to see that. Like, I saw a lot of Astras, like, wearing that outfit you see there on the left. A lot of Astra cosplayers. I saw some Nicoles. I saw a Billy. I saw lighters. I saw a couple lighters. I saw a really good Von Lycan. Trying to think what else I saw. Lot of Bangbu ears. I saw some Anbis. That's true. Yes, I saw some Anbis, and I didn't see any Evelyns. I know they were there. They must have been there, but I just didn't see them. But yeah, lot of like more Zenless representation than I was expecting. I actually like. I don't think this is true, but I personally, across the 3 days, I saw more Zenless cosplay than I saw HSR cosplay. There was some really good ones. Like I saw really good the Herda that was there. I saw a few Tingyuns. I couldn't get to them in the crowd to take pictures, but they existed there. Sorry. But yeah, there were some Tingyuns there. There were some I saw like I can't remember the Adventurine. I saw an Adventurine cosplayer. Few other ones. But yeah, like I saw like a pretty good amount of Zenless Zone Zero cosplay, and that made me happy because I always hear about how like that game is 3rd place or whatever, and like but like it's nice, you know. So let's see. But yeah, they had like a lot of nice art. I don't know if I got any more pictures. Oh yeah, this was like next to that picture. Oh. Yeah, so they had this. I didn't go to the booth. Also, my understanding is they're kind of hated now because they do DMCAs against fan translators and stuff. I also don't know if I want to keep that on the stream right now, so I'm gonna just go back for a second. But yeah. Posted that in the Discord, and everyone's like, they're always there. There was no reaction. I'm like, why is there no reaction for this? And they're like, they're always there. You know, they had a few panels there. I didn't watch them because they were too late, obviously. But yeah, it was just funny to just see it out in the open, you know. Let's move on. Okay, so just fast forwarding the rest of the day, we looked at the rest of the hall. Was pretty cool. There was an area where I looked a lot at the gaming section. They had like some people selling games. Some of those are way overpriced. Like I know a little bit about like used game market. Some of those were way overpriced. Like, you should be ashamed of yourselves. But some of them were very fair. Like, there was one guy I found, there's like a small stall, had a lot of Japanese editions of games in box, and was like really decent prices, you know? So I saw Romancing Saga 2 there. I saw one of the games that I ended up buying. I'll show that in a little bit. But yeah, like a lot of stuff there. I tried to get to the Bubble Bobble booth. I couldn't get there. It sucked because by the time I got there, I think they had already shut down. I found out later they shut down at 6, so I was there at like 7. So I decided to try to get it the next day. Trying to think, was there anything else day one that was like super interesting? I think that was pretty much everything. We didn't get to do any retro gaming. There was a big area where you could rent controllers and stuff like that. But we didn't really do anything because I was like, I could do that at home. You know, let's look at con stuff. And so that's what we did. But yeah, other than that, like my friend drove me home because by then it was too late for me to take the train. So yeah, got home, ate McDonald's, went to bed. Because the next day was the day that I'm gonna try super hard. But before that, let's talk about some merch I got. Oh yeah, so they had a I hope you're not all annoyed by this song just constantly playing. I'll switch songs on the next day. But yeah, I got like some postcards here for Sailor Moon. There's a stage play apparently happening. There was a bunch of... They actually had some of the props of the stage play there. That was cool. And I think they also do an Attack on Titan play, and there was props of that. I think it was Attack on Titan. I don't remember. And also we got this from Phantom Breaker. I think the dev or the publisher was there. There was a guy with... an Asian guy with a mustache that was like really excited to show off the game. I didn't have the heart to tell him I didn't really like Phantom Breaker all that much. But I did give it a shot. Game is pretty much how I remembered it, you know. Kind of button mashy, beat 'em up. 2-lane beat 'em up. I'm sure the game is better than the way I was playing it, but like, yeah, I just didn't have enough time to like figure it out. And I didn't want to spend all the time playing Phantom Breaker. So, but the guy was really nice, you know, and I hope the game goes well for them. I guess they're also adding Shibuya Kaho into it, which is kind of neat. Kind of curious how that happened. Apparently, like, they had a panel about it, too. So, that was cool. But yeah, there's this. That's what we have here. Oh, so, one of the main things I did on Thursday was I went to Hoyo booth to buy merch. And, I got a lot of... I got some pretty good stuff there. And it was actually kind of reasonably priced. I was actually surprised. But I think it's just because I'm too used to paying, like, Square Enix screw you, go to hell money. so seeing Hoyo prices be kind of reasonable was surprising for me. So these are all, like, they're tickets. I think they printed this on the same one. They were selling, like, Star Rail fake tickets. I think these are printed on the same paper because you can see it's made like a ticket. But these actually came free for me, I think, because I spent a certain amount. So I didn't pay for any of these. They just gave me these, and these are all the art from like Astra's movies and stuff, and that was cool. They're all nice. I really like them a lot. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but I like them a lot. Let's see here. Oh yeah, they also gave me this holographic card. It was in a black sleeve, and man, imagine my disappointment when it was lighter. like no offense to lighter. Like I actually don't have anything against lighter, but it's just like there were so many other characters I would have rather had. I didn't actually ask around to see if anyone wanted to trade or anything, but yeah. Look, if any of you out there wants to trade, hit me up. Like I'll trade you lighter for like anyone, really. I don't know what options there were. Let me actually make this bigger. Yeah, so I don't know what options there were, but yeah, that's what I got. Next one. Oh, so for HSR, so there wasn't really a lot of HSR merch. I think like a lot of the stuff I wanted sold out. Like there was a pom pom plushie, but that sold out already by the time I got there. So instead, here's some acrylic standees. Yay! Everyone's favorite worthless souvenir. So, okay, normally I don't, like, I made a post about this on Blue Sky. Like, I don't understand acrylic standees. Like, it's literally just I printed out a PNG and put it on my desk. But, you know, I decided to get this because I really like Fugue. And, like, to be more specific, I really like Tingyun, to the point that I quit the game when I found out she dies. Oh, shoot, spoilers. Spoilers, everyone, spoilers. I'm sorry. But like it happened so early, so it's like it's not that crazy of a spoiler. But basically, like I got so upset that she died, but then when I heard the leak that she's coming back as a 5-star, I was like, I'm coming back to this game. We're coming back. And so yeah, and then it also helps that she's actually a really good unit as well, especially for me who I don't whale and I don't really like follow the meta. So like all my units suck, but she actually makes them sort of viable. So yeah, Fugue, my beloved, you know, I'm happy that I finally got to have some merch. So I got this, which it's the illustration that shows when you do your ultimate, and they had a bunch of them. They had like Acheron, and they had Adventurine, and they had March 7th, and all of them. But like this one was really nice, and I'm really happy that of all the PNGs, of all the real life PNGs I could have printed out, I printed out one of Fugue. So I'm happy with that. Also got a keychain of Fugue, which is the same picture if you look at it. But, you know, at least that's something I can have day to day. Oh yeah, and they also gave me this for free just because of I bought stuff. I don't know what it is. It's like a folio envelope or something, but like I don't know what the heck I'll do with it. It's fitting that Bellowbog is on here because I don't know what to do with it. So, yeah, but it's nice art, so it's good. Oh, and then I wasn't able. So, like I said, I wasn't able to get a plush of Pom Pom, but I was able to get the last Lucky Boo that they had that day. So I'm really happy for that, and it's very cute, and it's quite big as well. They called it a keychain, but then I'm like, how big is it? Because it said like the size was much bigger than a keychain, and like you can see in this picture that it has a little keychain ring or whatever. But it's you can't wear this. This is something you put on your bag or something. You know, it can't be like something you put on your keys. But yeah, it's really cute. The box got a little bit smushed, but like when they gave it to me, but like it didn't damage it, so I'm like, all right, I'll take it. It was the last one that day as well, so yeah, I'm really happy I got that. Okay, and I think that's all the pictures for day 1. Okay, so that's done. So yeah, first day, a lot of fun. I went in plain clothes. I didn't cosplay or anything, just because like I just came from work. I can't cosplay at work, right? So that was a lot of fun. But the next day, like, you know, and that's when I was like the next day because my friend couldn't make it. So I was gonna be alone, and there was nobody I knew that was around that could go with me. So yeah, I was gonna be alone. So that became my first solo con day experience. So let's talk about it. So let's go to the next song. This song's gonna be annoying too. Let me see. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. Okay. Well, I think that's okay. It's that low. So let's switch to day 2. All right. So originally I wasn't going to go on day 2, but what happened was I found out that Yoshi P from FF14, the producer, was going to do a panel there about what anime inspired him in his life. And I'm like, I have to watch this. I have to see the man himself. So I obviously, if you're gonna go to a 14 panel, you have to do 14 cosplay. And I basically finally got to break out the Thavnarian bustier. I've had this outfit for at least a year now, and this is the first time I've been able to actually wear it, like to somewhere. And I'm also, I don't know if you can tell in this picture, I'm in heels. First off, I'm very sorry about how messy my room is, because you know, I just don't have time to clean. Like, so I just gotta throw everything everywhere. Also, like, getting all the cosplay stuff leaves a lot of boxes and bags around, so I didn't have time to clean that either. I was in a hurry because I had to catch the train, because obviously I can't drive in this. This angle, I'm wearing heels. I'm not gonna drive in those, okay? I mean, I'm not even gonna technically walk in those. We'll get to that. If there's one thing I learned, and I foresaw this, but if there's one thing I learned is if you're gonna cosplay heels, bring backup shoes. You do not want to walk a con in heels. You do not. Like wear them when you're expecting pictures, or you know, if you just want to look pretty or be in a group photo or something. But when you're just walking and looking at stuff, bring something comfortable, or just wear something comfortable to begin with. Like you know. So I did bring shoes. I'll show you what they were. But yeah, I got to wear this for at least a little while. What happened was, well, we'll get into it. For now, just admire it. Just look at my beautiful outfit. I felt very pretty. I was very happy to wear it. And we'll get into a little bit more on that. But yeah, like that's basically how I went. And then that's a close-up picture of me. Oh man, like that day I had to wake up. I woke up at 5:30 in the morning because I got back late the day before from Anime Expo, so I didn't have time to prep anything. So instead, what I did was I woke up at 5:30. I normally wake up at 5:30, so it wasn't that crazy, and it was technically a Friday, so you know I'm used to that. Woke up, shaved my legs. Like I'm like, I want to be smooth. I want to be beautiful for Yoshi P today, you know. So, shaved my legs, got my outfit together, got everything together, and you know, threw it on, called the Uber, got to the train depot, and was waiting out on the platform dressed like this. Nobody, like to my surprise, nobody cared, which is pretty cool. I'll get into that more a little bit later. But yeah, so I'm wearing this. Let me also say that top I'm wearing is way too tight. Like, it fits, but there's like elastic in the back. It's way too tight. I might need to talk to my seamstress to like take the elastic off, because it's just too constricting to wear that all day. As I learned. So, you know, you've seen me cosplay in this from time to time, so it's not like people who have watched the channel, it's not like you've never seen it. But yeah, like it was a lot to deal with the whole day. But look, that's the price of being beautiful. Okay. So let's see what's next. Oh, here's me on the train. So this is me sitting on the train. Just wanted to take a selfie on the way. Say hi to everyone in the Discord. Oh, and then I also show the boots I'm wearing. So I wore these big brown hiking boots. These are what I normally wear. And they clash really bad with the outfit. So, you know, but like I'll be real. I'm not gonna walk the distance from the train to the convention center in heels. Like, my plan was, okay, I'm going to walk to the convention center, then I'm going to change to the heels, and I'll walk the convention in heels. And if I get tired, I'll just sit down. Didn't work out that way. Did not work out that way, unfortunately. But that was the plan. So, yeah, change to my shoes in the train, and I met a very nice man that I just chatted with, and like, yeah, I'm going to a con and this and that. It was cool. He was kind of normie, so he didn't really understand, but he was very nice. Shout outs to random person I met on the train. Let me see. Oh, so I took a picture of this for Kuri because it's HoloLive. This was at the Good Smile booth. So Good Smile was there. They make very nice anime figurines. Very nice, very pricey anime figurines. This one is, what, $70 for this Kiara. Talking too much. Okay. But yeah, I didn't want to take pictures of all the figures because there's a lot of figures. You can see a Furion down there. Some other characters I don't know. I can't tell. Is that? Oh, Fubuki. Okay, yeah. But yeah, so took some pictures of figures I'll never own. Speaking of HoloLive, they had like a tiny booth. Now, unfortunately, I've kind of fallen off on watching HoloLive. I just kind of catch them when I catch them. So the only like VTubers I know from this picture are Fuamoko. And I love Fuamoko. I love them a lot. So that's why I wanted the picture. I don't know who any of the others are. So, but Fuamoko though. So, yeah, I just wanted to get a picture of that. Oh, so this was the FF14 booth. So, like I said, from the day before, the hall that had like Final Fantasy and all that was closed by the time I got there. But this time I got there around 9, so the hall was wide open. Saw Good Smile, saw all the other places, and FF14 they were doing a what do you call it? There was like some special. Sorry, I'm just turning my sound down a little bit. They were doing like a special thing where like you make a character and then you post it to social media, and like there was like a lot of steps. There was also like a little photo booth, which looking back I should have actually done. I'm actually upset at myself I didn't just get in the photo booth. But basically like there's a bunch of like little fetch quests, I guess, that you needed to do so that you would earn like a keychain. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't crazy about the keychain, so that's why I didn't bother. And I wanted to see other stuff at the con. I didn't want to spend my whole day doing FF14 fetch quests, So I just kind of took a picture of it, and I also wanted to get merch. So, what do I need a little keychain when I'm about to get merch, right? So I decided, let me wait in the line for merch, because that's gonna be gone, right? That's gonna be gone by the time I come back any other day. So, that's what I did, and I think, yeah, that's a picture of like the banner that they had there. I think it's the same one that's on the website. Okay. Oh, I bought my merch as well. The pictures are gonna be at the end of day 2, and I'll get more into the merch. But I'm very happy with what I picked up, and I'll explain why when we get there. But next thing I did was I needed to get into the line for Yoshi P's panel. So this is the line. That lady was very nice in front of me. She complimented my outfit. I was very happy. And the other guy took a picture of me, which is apparently on Instagram somewhere. If anyone can find it, can you tell me where it is? Because I would actually like to have it. I didn't ask him for it. I was once again very shy, so I was happy that he took a picture with me, and I was also very tired at this point because I had been walking in heels for like an hour and my feet were killing me. But yeah, but now now it's like stand in this line, and there was also like a whole bunch where I had to walk a bunch in heels where they were like, oh, you gotta go to this line. Oh, this line's full. Go to the stand-in line that's on the other side of the building. And so I walked there, and they're like, oh, this line also just got full. You're gonna have to go back where you came, and there's a third holdover line. There's a third line to get in here that you're gonna have to wait in for an hour and a half in the sun. No, actually, it wasn't in the sun. There was a tent. Like, you could see there was a tent, but it was still really hot that day, and like, I got really embarrassed because I started sweating all over my suit and I smelled really bad. Like, and so I'm just giving apologies to anyone around me. I'm sorry. I just, like, I took a shower and everything, and I had deodorant on, but like, I just did not plan to stand out in like 90 to 100 degree weather for an hour and a half, you know? So, you know, my apologies to anyone that could smell me. I'm sorry. Like, I can't control it. That's the best I can do. But yeah, so basically this was the third line. Luckily we were able to get in. When they finally let us in, it was a nice air-conditioned room. You know, the panel had already started, so you know, Yoshi P was already talking about like just introductions about who he is, what he does. Foxclon was also there, so and the translator they always have for live letters. So they were all there, and that was really neat to see them like in real life. I was unfortunately sitting really far in the back because I'm part of the second holdover line, so I couldn't really see them well. I tried to take some pictures. I don't know. Okay, so I'm assuming that we were okay with taking pictures because I saw a lot of other people around me taking pictures, so I don't know. Shoot, do I have pictures in here? I don't remember. Let's go to the next one and see where it is. Oh, okay, there's my really awful picture of Yoshi P. Like I said, like, this whole time, I could not get the camera to focus. Like, I was trying to tap the area that I want to focus on. Camera was not having it. And the worst thing is, I could see it focus. Like, you know how cameras, like, it'll just pulse focus, where it'll be in focus, and it'll just go back out of focus? Like, that was what was happening. It was worst. Sorry, give me 1 second. But yeah, you know, I tried my best. I tried to get as many pictures as I could. Nobody told me no, and quite frankly, they brought me in after the thing had started, so nobody told me to not do it, and I saw other people doing it, so whatever. Whatever, sue me, Square. Don't sue me, please don't sue me. I have no thing. especially after this weekend, I have no money, please. But yeah, that was cool. Then there's kind of an outer shot of them. Fortunately, also no focus at all. There's a picture off the screen, so I at least had one good picture of Yoshi P. So yeah. Oh, okay. And I didn't take any pictures of the panel of like the slides, but basically, it was something that they tailored towards an anime con, right? They didn't really talk about FF14 development. They didn't really talk about like you know, like what happened at the FGO panel, and I'll get to that on day 3. But yeah, like it was a really interesting thing where Yoshi P basically talked about, you know, his experiences as a child, the manga he read, the anime he watched, and just what influenced him and what influenced his life. And that was actually really interesting to hear. So I have pictures here, but I'm not going to show them, but I just want to go over them. Like, they show like how the Warrior of Light stands like a Gundam and all. Let me see. Oh, and he had a very funny anecdote about a Gunpla that he really wanted when he was a kid. Right? He wanted a Goof, a GOUF. And that he begged, and like the problem was that the new Gunpla come out during the weekday when they're at school, so his dad has to get it for him, and he's like, "Dad, make sure you get the Goof. I don't want Gundam. I don't want the Zaku. I don't want any of those. I just want the Goof. Please make sure you buy the Goof." And his dad's like, "Yeah, okay, I'll get it." So he went and he got it. Like little Yoshi P runs in, all excited, opens it up. And it's that like ugly big brown one, like the the mook robot, the loser robot, like not the cool ones. I don't know what they're called because I don't play Gundam. I don't watch Gundam. And he was disappointed, and he said, "I learned a lot about life that day. That I need to be. Sometimes I need to explain things more, and that helps me out in 14 development." That was cute. And he also gave like some fun anecdotes about how like apparently like he started at Hudson Soft. I didn't know that. And he worked on Bomberman the Second Attack. So that's neat. Like he actually did a lot of work on that game. And then he eventually worked at Square. He worked on the Far Edge of Eden, which not the PS2 game, but there was an NES game that was supposed to come out that never came out, that got canceled. And he said talking about like he was sad because it was the first game he worked on and it got canceled. But yeah, he worked on a whole bunch of games. And then talked about how he had a fun, and he was talking about like some of his other anime he liked. Like he really likes Evangelion, for example. For people of a certain age, I don't think that's unusual to like Evangelion. And he was telling a story about how one of his senpais took him home during a snowy night, and it's like 3 a.m, and then all of a sudden like Cruel Angel Thesis starts playing on his boss's radio, and he's like, "Oh man, I love Evangelion. Oh, what's your favorite angel? Oh, who's your favorite character? Oh, it's the best. Oh, it's amazing." And Yoshi P's like sitting there like, "I haven't watched this show yet. You're actually spoiling a lot of it for me right now. And also, it's 3:30 a.m. in the snow. I want to go home." But he can't say that. So that was just pretty fun. And trying to think what else. Oh, so there was a really good one where he was like, "I have many influences," and he was talking about like, he was talking about with his one of the things he had in common with all the anime is a lot of the anime he watched when he was a kid had beautiful women in it, like Galaxy Express 999 and stuff like that. And like there was one anime movie, I don't remember which one it was. I have a slide of it. But he was talking about how like the woman in the anime is very like sexily dressed, like she's in like a bikini basically. And like he went to see that movie with his mom. And then after the movie was over, his mom got pissed off at him. Was like, "Why are you watching this filth? Like, did you want to watch this? Is this what you really wanted?" It was very silly. But I think my other than the Gundam story with his dad, and he actually was like talking with Foxcloud about like, he's like, "Why do you like the goof so much?" He's like, "Look at it, it's perfect, it's amazing. I could spend the rest of this panel talking about goof." And then I made jokes about that on Blue Sky. You could go read that, I guess. But oh, sorry, I thought I saw something. But yeah. Let me think. Oh yeah, so one of the games he started talking about like games that also influenced him. Oh, sorry, back to the anime. So like, there was Saint Seiya, Captain Tsubasa. I don't remember the second one, and of course Dragon Ball. He loved Dragon Ball, and he's like, I'd be very surprised. Like, how many people here have not watched Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z? Raise your hands. And like not a lot of people. Like maybe 10 people raise their hands, and then in English he goes, "Really? Really?" And then he's like, "This is Anime Expo. This is Anime Expo, and you haven't watched Dragon Ball? What's wrong with you?" It was very silly. It was very funny. I really liked that part. Let me see. Some other things he liked: Vampire Hunter D. I think Yoshitaka Amano. I think he worked on the manga for that, right? So he's like, he was influenced by his work, and obviously, Amano does a lot of artwork for Final Fantasy, and of course Berserk. And all. What else here? He talked about movies. He apparently really likes Christopher Nolan. He likes The Matrix. He talks about how like he watches Christopher Nolan movies every year. Let me see. He loves One Piece. Surprise. And then he also talked about the games that he liked a lot. Like, so, you know, one of them, like, there's some Fantasy Zone, Gradius, Street Fighter 2. There was actually one that nobody there were two games that nobody knew in the auditorium. One was Commando, and I didn't know that one either. But the other one was actually like one of my favorite Sega games. It's called Gain Ground. And he's like, does anyone know this one? Does anyone know this? Because he was doing like kind of a quiz of like who can guess what these games are. And I actually knew it, but I was really far in the back and I wasn't really raising my hand, but I really wanted to answer it, but I was really like afraid to talk to him, you know? So unfortunately I didn't get to I was like, I should have just shouted, Gain Ground! It's Gain Ground! But I was too shy. I was just nervous, and so I didn't. But, you know, next time he talks about games he likes, I'm gonna mention Gain Ground. If I ever talk to him in real life someday, if I ever go to a fan fest in the future and he's there, I'm gonna say I really like Gain Ground. I swear it. This video is my bond. So yes. Trying to think. Oh yeah, so I got to walk around a bit. Good Smile booth. I saw a very nice statue I was thinking about getting until I saw the price tag, and then it became a point of contention for the third day. But we'll talk about that later. Let's move on to the swag. I left the con a little early since I was by myself that day, so I was gonna have to take the train, and because it's 4th of July, the train was on a weekend schedule, so I had to leave earlier. But I was okay with it because, unfortunately, my outfit started having some malfunctions. No tearing or anything, but I have a bunch of tassels in the front that started coming off because they're all attached with these really cheap metal rings that don't close all the way. Luckily, Anime Expo did have a little free cosplay repair booth that I was able to get some thread and fix it. That's really nice. That's very considerate. I'm actually really happy that was there. Trying to think what else happened the second day. Some people commented on my cosplay. I was very happy. And I guess I'll get more into it. About one of them actually gave me a small gift, and that was nice. I'll talk about it in my swag. But yeah, I was really happy because I was really nervous wearing that outfit because I felt I could pull it off, but would the world think I could pull it off? And I don't have a clear answer to that, to be honest with you. But, nobody was incredibly reviled to my face, so I mean that's okay. To be honest with you, one of the things I was really worried about was that I would get harassed for wearing that outfit in public. Especially the area I live in, even though I live in California, it's a fairly conservative area. It's not like Orange County, but it is a fairly conservative area. So I was kind of afraid about what people would think, especially if the neighbors saw me or somebody saw me that knows me. I don't think that happened, but also everyone was kind of minding their own business, I don't need praise. I mean I would like praise, but I don't need praise. I just don't want to get harassed, and luckily that didn't really happen. And just, I guess I'll talk about it now a little bit. I'm really happy that it seems like the cosplay community seems to be really open to cross-dressing, I guess, in this way. Wearing that outfit was it's one of my chances to feel really beautiful, and I'm happy that there's a community out there that accepts people like that. Don't want to get too into other specifics right now, but I'm happy that kind of this is something that's open to me, and like like there was a lot of like I don't want to make assumptions. I don't know if how they identify, but I guess let's say people like me expressing themselves, and that's very nice. That's honestly very nice. But let's move on. I don't want to get too bogged down in that. So let's go to swag. So this is very important. This is the most important. This is the reason why I wanted to go. For real. So these are actually reruns of merchandise they had during FanFest for Endwalker. This is the one in Vegas. I unfortunately was not able to go. I didn't win the ticket lottery. And my friend who did go, he wasn't able to get one of these before they sold out. And, as I said, I love, first off, I love FF4. And I love the Loprits. Like, the Loprits are so cute, and I love them, and they're from FF4. And, it really hurt me that I couldn't get one of these plushies or the little doll. And I was very disappointed. But then when I was standing in the merch line for 14, the guy, I saw these dolls were in there. They were in stock, and I started freaking out. And I asked the guy, are these in stock? Is everything in stock? Because I was there pretty early. And he was like, yeah, you're actually, this is, literally the best time to buy anything, because everything's in stock. And, I'll be real, I was trying to not cry in the line, and not cry at the register, because I was so happy I was finally able to get these. And, now I have them. Now, also, I need to go get a display case. I need to stop being lazy about that. But I was just so happy, and I'm happy that I finally got to have them, because I love them so much. They're one of my favorite parts of FF14 and FF4. So yeah. What else? Oh, so why is this upside down? Okay, can I flip it? I don't know. Anyway, that's actually really weird, because I thought I flipped these the other way. Oh, wow, that's instant. That's crazy. Okay, but yeah, so I also bought one of these little blind boxes that come with, basically a gacha for one of these other sprite jobs. Basically, these are all the sprites that appear when you try to do deep dungeons. And I pulled Red Mage. And, so I don't know what distribution is. I figure Red Mage is pretty popular, because Red Mage is one of the more recognizable Final Fantasy classes. I don't know. I'm totally willing to trade with anyone with a monk, of course. But I mean, I'm happy. I mean, Red Mage is a cool looking class, even though I don't particularly like playing it. It's cool looking, so I'm yeah, all right. Can't go wrong with the hat. Hunch Crow forever. So that was nice. Let me see. Speaking of monk, look, I had to get this. I'm legally obligated to get this. There was no way I was not getting this if it was an option. So, yes. For those of you that don't know, this is the soul of the monk, the jobstone that makes you a monk. So, yes, I had to get this. I didn't get any other ones just because my secondary class always changes. If I was to get a second one, maybe Summoner. Maybe, probably Summoner. I think of all the classes, I think the one that I like as my secondary the most is probably Summoner. But yeah, I just went for Monk because I wanted to get other stuff. I didn't want to spend a bajillion dollars. So, only a jillion, not a bajillion. So, let's let's see. Oh, I also got a shirt. I was very happy. You know, I had to make up for not getting the Macross Frontier shirt, so I went ahead and got this one. It's very nice art. So this is the art they have on the website right now for being an anime expo. So I was happy I was able to get it in my size. And then I think one of the next picture, yeah, is like a closer picture of what's on it. I hope I'm okay with wearing this in public. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. So that's good. I'm happy I got that. Oh, so the 3 pins on the bottom, they gave that to me because I spent a certain amount. Don't make me say how much it was. But I did get these 3 pins for free. And the top one was actually given to me. I actually went to the high dive booth. I didn't realize, I thought they were the information booth because they were right at the front. I went to the high dive booth and asked for directions, and there was a lady there, very nice lady, was like, "Oh, you look amazing," and I'm like, "Oh, thank you." And she's like, "I can't believe you're wearing heels at this place. Are you, like, you must be dying?" I'm like, "Yes, yes, I am," because I had been wearing heels for about an hour by that point. But I'm like, I have backup shoes in case. And she's like, "Oh, that's good, you know, that you thought about it." And she's like, "You look beautiful, and like you deserve this." And she gave me this pin. And I'm sure they're giving this to anyone that's cosplaying, but like I really was happy, you know, it made me happy. And she was very nice. She was a very nice lady. I don't know her name. There was no name tags, but someone's calling me. Okay, 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry. Okay, going back. So yeah, I was happy. That lady was very nice. Shout outs to that lady. Unfortunately, I don't know her name. She was there on Friday. She was cool. There was actually like 3 other people there that were also nice. But yeah, that was nice. Lots of nice people. I'm very happy. Let me see. Oh, and then at the Yoshi P at the Yoshi P panel, after we were done, we were all leaving, and there was a girl that came up to me that said she liked my cosplay and handed me this, and I was really happy. And like I was also, like, once again, I'm very shy. I didn't know what to do, so I was like, "Oh, thank you," and I took it and I put it in my bag. And like, you know, I didn't really, and like she was very shy. I don't know how old she was, and yeah, I don't want to make any assumptions about her, but I could tell it took her a lot to say that to me. So I was actually very happy that you know. And I thought it was cute, you know, and I kept the little heart, and you know, it means a lot to me. So I don't know if she'll ever see this. Like, I want you to know that I really appreciated your compliment, and that you know, I'm very happy that you liked my cosplay. let's say that, you know. I hope you appreciate it. I appreciate your gift. I really do. I'll keep it. I'll keep it as long as it doesn't get crushed. Yeah, I had some people actually tell me in the 14 panel they liked, not the panel, but like, you know, the people that were watching the panel said, oh, I like your cosplay. I'm like, oh, thank you. I just wish I was wearing my heels, because I was wearing my brown boots at that time, so I felt ugly, but people said it looked nice, so hey, alright. They kept identifying me as a dancer, though. So, they're like, oh, is that dancer artifact gear? I'm like, no, it's the Thabneri Bustier. I play monk. And then, I didn't know how to explain it to them without, like, going on and on. So after all, I was like, yeah, I'm a dancer, whatever. I play dancer, who cares? You know? Let me see. But yeah, I was happy. People complimented me. I went through a lot of effort for that outfit, so I'm very happy that people were nice to me about it. And then this was where I was going to talk about the whole thing I talked about earlier, but yeah, you know, nice community. It's nicer. People are nicer in person than they are online. Do you know what I mean? That's all it is. But yeah, that was nice. Let's see. Oh, okay. So, like I said, there was a lot of stalls selling games, used games, and Japanese import games. So, I found this. This is Seiken Densetsu 3. This is Trials of Mana. It's now been localized as Trials of Mana, and I was like, I gotta own this. I must have this. I love Trials of Mana. So I wanted to have the original, and I think I have the picture of the back of the box. Yeah, so it has the game, and it has the instruction manual as well. So, it is used. It's not a brand new or sealed copy or anything, but I'm just happy that I finally got to own this. I tried to find other games I would like, but they didn't have any with box. Like they didn't have it with the manual and the box. The same guy had Romancing Saga 2, but unfortunately both of his were they had the box but no manual. So that was unfortunate. For this I paid, I don't know how much street value is of this specific game, because luckily, if it was FF3 or FF6 in box with a manual, it would be super expensive, right? But this is a game that most people haven't heard of outside of Japan, so it wasn't that expensive. I think I only paid like maybe $20 for this. And then Romancing Saga would have been around 10 to 15, based on the the quality of it. So, luckily the stuff I like is so niche that nobody can make money off it. So yay. Okay, and then and we're going back. Okay, so then let's go to day 3 then. Ow. I forgot. Okay, let's pick the third song. So day 3, after learning some of my cosplay troubles from day 2, I decided, look, I want to wear a simple outfit, one that makes me pretty, but that I don't have to deal with a lot of dangling accessories that will break. So I decided to go in my standard bunny girl, cat girl, wolf girl outfit. You've all seen me wear this a lot of times, and I actually went with it. I had the cuffs, I had leggings on, I had the fishnets, and then I also wore the same brown boots because I'm like, it'll match this outfit better than the other one. So yeah, it went really nice. Even though it's a much simpler cosplay. Oh, I did throw in one extra accessory. I had a tail. So it ties around my waist. And I actually got complimented on it, so I was very happy. Somebody actually was like, I love your ears and your tail. I'm like, thank you. Unfortunately, I think they shouted it out during a crowd, so I didn't know who it was. But yeah, I was really shy. Painfully shy. But But yeah, this is on the train. I took the train in the morning, and I was gonna meet up with my friend at the expo, and then we'd hang out for the day. But yeah, that's me. I put on my accessories, and walked once again. So basically, most of day 3 was just me kind of looking at the rest of the hall I didn't get to go to, and we also like my friend came. He didn't see that hall at all, so we walked around and took a look. So I don't have a lot of new pictures here. I also didn't do very much other different from the other days. Me and my friend walked around. I think I have some pictures here. Oh, how come it's not changing? Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Sorry. Yeah, so we went into the artist alley. I don't think this was artist alley, was it? No. Yes? No. I don't remember. But yeah, I just saw... I don't think it was. It was not in the artist alley. Or was it? It might have been. Okay, if it was, I'm sorry I took this picture. I'm very sorry. This print was very cute. I'm sorry. Fuamoko. I have to take pictures of Fuamoko. It's just a rule. Oh, and then I saw this figure of K-Saw that I was supposed to show Kuri. I forgot. But yeah, that's there. They also had Iron Mouse. Oh, speaking of Iron Mouse. So, Iron Mouse was actually there, and she was doing like a meet and greet. And I'm really sad I didn't get to ask her anything, because by the time I saw it, by the time I knew that it wasn't like a big thing, like she didn't have a panel and she didn't do anything special. She was just at the Sega booth, and I didn't get to line up for it, because I think by the time I found out about it, the line had already gotten capped. So I just stayed and I just watched her, and Iron Mouse is adorbs. She's the best. She's amazing. And, she's very professional. I'm sure. I always wonder for like celebrities or VTubers or whoever that get asked the same questions over and over and over. Like, do they get pissed, or do they get tired, or do they get upset? But it's like, even if you are all these things and you're tired of answering the same question, you still have to be happy. You still have to, you can't insult them. It's not their fault that, they didn't know that that they asked the same question you asked 100 million times, Like, how do I be a successful VTuber? What was it like in the beginning of your career? Do you have advice? But yeah, it was cool seeing her. And yeah, I hope she had a good time doing it. I think they did some other panel. That was probably what was going on. But yeah, that was neat. Sega actually had a bunch of random stuff going on at their booth that they didn't announce to anybody. So, I mean, hey. I do wonder what question I would have asked Iron Mouse, though. I don't really know. I'd have to think about it. I was like, knowing me, I'm gonna ask something stupid, like a meme question, like, what you call it? Can love bloom on a battlefield or something like that? That's what I would do. I would totally waste the opportunity. But yeah. Oh, and then what's his face? The British guy that's always hanging out with her was there too. Like he appeared just to take a selfie and leave, which was really funny. He didn't even ask a question or do anything else. But yeah, that was that. Oh, and then they had a bunch of various booths at the Crunchyroll booth. Like they had Apothecary Diaries, and they had a whole bunch of props. They actually had a lot of that, little picture frames and little standees. You could take pictures with the characters. I didn't really do any of that. I should have probably done some of it. But yeah, but the one I really liked was Apothecary Diaries, because I've seen a few of those episodes, and that's a good show. So, man, it's already almost 10. Okay, so we might not actually play games tonight. We're probably just gonna finish Anime Expo and then quit. But yeah, Apothecary Diaries was really cool. They put a lot of work into the props there. I'm surprised they didn't like get worried someone's gonna steal anything. They didn't really have security when I looked. But yeah, they had like all kinds of them. Let me see. Oh, and then this is also where I found out they're remaking Ghost in the Shell. I didn't know that. So that'll be interesting. You know, they had that's a huge wall. Like the whole wall was a Ghost in the Shell ad. So that was pretty cool. There's you can see my stupid finger blocking it. Okay, let's talk about this. So at the Good Smile booth, one of the figures they had on display was this statue of Alear. So this is Alear. This is female Alear from Fire Emblem Engage, and I know it's a controversial game. A lot of people do not like Fire Emblem Engage. I think Fire Emblem Engage is one of the best Fire Emblems I've ever played. Granted, I've only played 2 Fire Emblems before this, but of the ones I've played, this is like the best one. Purely, let me be clear, purely from a gameplay standpoint, because its story is awful. However, like, I love that game, and I love Alear. I love her design, and the biggest thing about her is I love that she uses fists, because I totally have a type. Don't take that out of context. But anyway, they had the statue of her. I wanted to get it. Look at the sticker. The statue cost $260 pre-tax. You could actually look it up online. I actually looked it up. It's $260 if you order it from Good Smile. If you just, like, that's the base price. That's not including tax. That's not including shipping, right? So, I saw this the day before, and one of the big struggles I had was, should I buy this statue? This $260 statue. This almost $300 statue. And at first I was like, yeah, let's totally do it. Let's do it. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. But then I started getting cold feet. I'm like, $300 is a lot of money, you know? And I also, like, kind of felt bad because it's like, you know, they bought the ticket for me, right? And the ticket is itself like $200. And it's like, you're going to drop, like, you know, you couldn't afford $200 for a ticket. Now you're going to drop like $300 on a statue. You know what I mean? Like, when you really think about it, it's just like, I can't do this. I can't justify this, you know? So in the end, I wussed out. I didn't get it. I didn't get the Alear statue. I still have pangs of like, man, I should have bought that statue. That statue was so sick. Like, honestly, this picture doesn't do it justice. It looks amazing. It's an amazing statue. But, and it's pretty big too. I think it's like 1/7 scale. So like, yeah, like, I really wanted it, but I just couldn't justify it. So, in the end, I didn't get it. Now, in case you're wondering, if instead of using a sword, she was using her fists, I would have bought it. I 100% would have bought it. I would have paid the $260 plus tax. And then I would have reasoned I didn't have to pay shipping. That's what I would have done. Like, luckily for me and my wallet and my sanity, she is using a sword because she is a Fire Emblem character. So I dodged that bullet. Now listen, if they reran that Pyra statue and that was here, or if they reran that transformed Nia statue and that was here, easily drop that money. I would have dropped that day too, and walked around lugging that thing all day. 100%. And I promise you, that statue would have probably been sold out by day 3, if any of those ones I mentioned were there. But yeah, but since it's Alear and it's so expensive, it wasn't in danger of running out of stock. So I'm sure it's still there. I'm sure they're still taking some of it home. Apparently they had less than 10 when I asked them about it. But yeah, unfortunately, you know, give me like another 5 or 6 months, and I might look into getting this again. Especially because now I'm gonna have to pay shipping on top of it. But yeah. So no, I saved that money. But I didn't walk away empty-handed. I got this Kirby, yay, Kirby, which is actually pretty huge. Let me see. Yeah, so that's my hand just for scale. This is how big that Kirby is. And it was like $30. So like, you know, like for something that big, that's actually not bad. And like, you know, it's a good quality. It also has a big stand on it. Like you can't really see it from the box. But yeah, like it was a really cool, it's a really good figure. So yeah. And then that's all the pictures I have, but I still want to talk a little bit about day 3. So let's see. Is there any picture I can go on? Let's choose like this one. No. Let's choose this one. Why not? So yeah, a lot of the day was that. So one of the main things I did 2 big things that day. One was I went to the panel for FGO because if you couldn't tell by my avatar on here or Blue Sky or elsewhere, I really like Tamamo no Mai. Tamamo no Mai is one of my favorite characters ever. Not because of her character, which is admittedly kind of bad. I love her design. I think she's super cute. I love her voice. I think her voice actress does a great job. And just, she's so pretty and I love her. And I wanted to know, when is Fate Extra getting released? And I was hoping we could learn something this panel. That didn't happen. So now listen, it's an FGO panel, right? So the main thing's gonna be FGO. So I already knew that going in, but they said, okay, it was FGO and other Type Moon projects, okay? So I was hoping, hey, maybe they'll talk about Fate Extra. Maybe they'll talk about Tamamo no Mai. You don't know. So I went to the panel. I waited outside for about an hour and a half again. I had to wait outside in the line again, but this time, at least that day, it wasn't as hot, so it wasn't so bad. Like, and I was wearing a pretty well aired out outfit, so there was no real problems. But yeah, I get in. They bring out the localization manager and like 3 other people, sorry, from Japan. And like the first part of the panel was them just talking about like how they spent time in LA. Like one of them I think drove a Ferrari to the Hollywood sign, the other one went to Disneyland. And I'll be real, I fell asleep. During this part of the panel. Just, you know, I was tired already. Like, you know, I've already been walking a con for 2 days. The day before I was walking in a very intricate cosplay that really wore me down. So, and you know, I woke up at 6 because I still had to get ready and go to the train. I was tired, so I fell asleep. But luckily I power napped it and I woke up before the game stuff. But, unfortunately, all the game stuff they announced was stuff that had already been announced. Either stuff that's already out, like Fate Stay Night re-release, or stuff you already know. That like Fate Hollow Ataraxia is being remade. It's gonna come out totally. But they didn't even reveal a date. They just said 2025. Sure, whatever. And basically, you know, they talk about Tsukihime's out. And more or less it's just like, yeah, things are out already, or here's a bunch of stuff we already announced. I think they showed some new trailers. I think they showed a new trailer for Ataraxia, but it was nothing. They didn't show any characters. It was just a bunch of text on the screen, and that's it. So it's like, whatever. And then they get to the FGO portion, which of course is going to be most of the panel. And like, I didn't realize this panel was like 2 hours long. The Yoshi P panel was only an hour long. This panel was 2 hours long of just FGO and stuff you already knew, and I was just bored to tears. I'm sorry, but like I really regretted going there, just because like I'm sure that if you're really into Type Moon and you're really into Fate Grand Order, that it was a great panel for you. And I used to play Fate Grand Order, and I still pop in from time to time to get freebies. But like, you know, I'm not an active player. I don't do the meta. I don't do anything. I literally just pull on people I like, and that's it. And yeah, like, you know, for me who doesn't, I don't even know what half the stuff they're talking about is. I can reason it out based on my knowledge of gacha, but like otherwise it's just like I'm just sitting there listening to an ad for a game that I don't play, you know? So yeah, unfortunately that panel ended up being nothing, and you spent a lot of time. So like, you know, wish I could not doing that again. Unless they specifically say it's for Fate Extra, I'm not going to another FGO panel. Basically, once again, no fault of them, no fault of anyone that likes FGO. They did a good job. The panel, I'm sure, like, you know, for the people that were into that, it was a good panel. For me, nah. But yeah, the other thing I did was I watched they premiered a Detective Conan movie, and I never really watched Detective Conan, and it was good. Like I didn't get to see it from the beginning, but like, you know, I could more or less piece together what happened. Was a good, exciting movie. Was a lot of fun watching that with other people. Like there was a big crowd all packed in like the Marriott. They had the screening in like a hotel next to the convention center for reasons. I guess it's the only place they could project that much. And yeah, that movie was fun. There's gonna be a part of it that's not going to fly well with certain segments. Definitely not going to fly well. It's the kind of thing where it's like, we're still doing this in 2025, like really, jeez, you know. But yeah, pretty much those were the main highlights of day 3. We got home late. I ate McDonald's and I went to sleep. And then this morning I went to work, and now we're here. So, all right. So just that was my first experience at AX, or really any con. Do I have any nice song? Let's play this one. Sure. Okay, let's just change this text because I forgot to write up final thoughts. There we go. So yeah, it was. Oh, I guess another thing we did. We went to the 21 Lounge, where it's basically more or less a bar where they play anime songs. It was nice. You know, they had to kind of makeshift it together. There was a huge shortage of chairs. You know, but it was fun. I don't drink, so I just had a Diet Coke and just sat there and watched the show. Which was emceed by a very cute lady from Australia. I couldn't really see her well. We were sitting in the back, but she was singing a bunch of fun songs. She was singing Naruto and Pokemon. She started off with Bernice and Shikanoko, right? She did a good job. You know, she's great. I unfortunately can't remember. She kept repeating her name over and over. Because she's trying to launch her career, and she's like, I have CDs and so on and so forth. But oh man, I can't remember her name. It was something like just cosplay things or something like that. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, that was her, and she was cool. The other thing is they actually had like a mini arcade there. Most of the machines, so the machines were all arcade 1-up, which you know, for me, it's a problem because I'm too tall, like, and I'm too big. Those machines are, like, they're smaller than a standard arcade cabinet. And, you know, I'm a big person, so, you know, it's very hard for me to use an arcade one-up when I have to share it with somebody. But other than that, like, the weird thing about that arcade is approximately like 75% of the games were Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. Specifically Championship Edition, which was a weird choice. I don't remember seeing Super Turbo. I did see one Hypercab. Another like 3 or 4% were MVC2 cabs. No Third Strike. No other like major fighting games, unfortunately. They did have NBA Jam, a couple of NGA Jams. They had a Turtles in Time cab, which was cool. But you know, it's arcade version, so whatever. But yeah. Was interesting. But yeah, sorry. just recapping some thoughts on the third day. But yeah, wish there was more selection, but they made do with what they had. All the games were free play, so that was nice. But yeah, going back to thoughts and reflections, you know, it's my first con. You don't forget your first. I had a lot of fun. It was a very fun experience. I really enjoyed, you know, seeing what the community is like offline, where people aren't getting into petty flame wars and things like that, you know, and just seeing people be happy and just like, you know, express themselves and express their love of anime and video games and stuff like that. And it was really nice. I really appreciated going. And I'm really happy that things kind of fell into place that I could go. Some thoughts. So would I guess let's answer first, would I go again to this specific con, like Anime Expo? Maybe. It's gonna depend a lot on money, as well as, you know, other factors I won't get into. But for the most part, if I could afford it, would I go? Probably yes. But I don't know if I would go like 3 days like I did this time. Like, unless like stuff is considerably different, I probably would go 1 day. And I would probably plan it. Like, I would actually get a pass and actually plan it properly, rather than just show up and just do whatever, you know? But yeah, with that, some thoughts for the next time if I ever go to a con. First thing I need to do, I need a pair of white flats. Like, either white boots or white flats, like with no heel, so that I could still look pretty and still walk for most of the day. Though I don't know if I'll still be able to wear that Thavnarian bustier, just because you know, that top is really uncomfortable, and because of how tight it is, and also because all those accessories, there's a lot of accessories in the front and on the side. All those side accessories poke into my stomach. I don't know if I'm wearing it wrong, but that outfit's really annoying to wear. I think it's partially why I left early, just because I was tired of dealing with that outfit. But yeah, another thing is always cosplay in flats or low heel. I might go for low heel, but oh man, like, high heel is misery if you have to walk that long. And I think the worst part is I actually scuffed the boots too. Like, there's a big black mark on them that I don't know how to get off. I hope it's not damaged in the fabric, but we'll see. They weren't exactly high quality boots to begin with. So, we'll see if they can be saved. Or I'm just gonna have to live with scuffed boots. But yeah. Like, my second cosplay was a lot easier to deal with. But yeah. I guess things I would do differently, plan, and maybe reconsider my cosplay a little bit. I have to consider my cosplay that I'm gonna be walking a lot, basically. But yeah, I also need a prettier bag. I just took the gym bag I use for work to keep my shoes in, and like, it's just so ugly. I just should pick a better bag. Period. But yeah, so I think that's my thoughts. I didn't go today because I was tired and I ache a lot, and I don't want to. I also had to work, and I don't want to go into work tomorrow messed up. So yeah. I guess that's everything. So yeah, like I said, it's already 10:17. I'm tired. I'm still tired. So we're probably gonna just end it here. No game. I might play a game at some point. I do want to consider continue Romancing Saga on PC, but I'm not sure yet. Because, like, you know, I've already beaten the games, and now on Switch, so now I'm kind of like, I'll do it when I do it, you know? But yeah, my plan was actually either I was going to play Emerald Beyond on PC or Stellar Blade for tonight, but I think either one, I'm too tired. I can't do it right now. I can't think or have reflexes. So I'm just going to finish for now. So yeah, a lot of fun. Hopefully I get to go again next year or to similar cons. But we'll see. Wonder what I'm gonna cosplay to those. I'm probably gonna need to buy a new outfit. I don't really want to redo any of the ones I did, except the bunny girl one, the wolf girl bunny girl one. That one's easy to move in. We're keeping that one. Others I don't know. But yeah, okay. So let's finish up. I don't think anyone is streaming right now. It's like too late for everybody. Yeah, like nobody's on. So let's just go ahead and end for tonight. I'm tired, so we're just gonna skip. We're gonna skip the ending. We're gonna skip Golden Banana. Let's just cut the ending and then we'll end from there. So, all right. So, everyone, just stay tuned. If next time I stream, you can follow me on Blue Sky. You can also I should say what my handle is. You can follow me on Blue Sky on at Somersault Justice or what is it? somersaultjustice.bsky.net, I think. Is that what it is? Oh, somersaultjustice.bsky.social. That's my account. You can also watch the stream archive or what's left of it on YouTube. I think I put the link to in the description somewhere. And yeah, I think that's it. So everyone, just take care and stay safe. And remember that our love is stronger than a golden banana. Thank you very much. Have fun.